Hi everyone, welcome back to Martinet Cuisine, a show where we present you recipes from our family throughout the generations. These recipes have been tried and tested to perfection, and we're really proud and we're really excited to share them with you today. Today we have my Uncle Ivor's Royal Paya recipe. For those of you who don't know, paya are also called trotters, which are the clean feet of animals, most notably cows, pigs, or goats. For today's purposes, we are using goat trotters. So, paya is a really popular food in India. It's a popular street food, and it's usually served with some sort of crusty roll or tandoori roti. So we've already pressure cooked our trotters off of camera. We've pressure cooked them with cinnamon, salt, turmeric, and ginger. For our curry base, we're going to start with red onions. And then we're also going to be using cumin seed, whole black peppercorn, whole clove, whole coriander seeds, Kashmiri dried chilies. If you can't get the dried chilies, you can also substitute Kashmiri red chili powder. Whole garlic cloves, sour lime juice, fresh green chilies, oil. We're going to start by dry roasting the peppercorns and the cumin seeds. This is just to bring out the oils, and it'll make it much more flavorful in the long run. So we're going to do that. To that, we're also, once these are nice and toasted, we're going to add our clove, our coriander seeds, our Kashmiri chilies, our garlic, put it in there, and the Thai chilies. Again, we're going to give this another little toast for just a few seconds. It doesn't take that long, and you can really easily burn this mixture. So just keep an eye on it, and once you can start smelling all those spices and it's becoming really fragrant, you can take it off the heat and grind this into a paste. We've now ground up all that spice mixture from beforehand. This is the color that we're getting with it. You can see it's a nice, beautiful red color. You can grind this up in your blender, in a mortar and pestle, spice grinder, whatever tools that you have, you can make it work. We're going to start by putting in our oil into the pan. Make sure your pan is hot to begin with. If you put cold oil into a hot pan, it's going to reduce the chance that your food will stick. So put your oil in, let that heat up. The oil starts to shimmer a little bit, let it get hot, and then we're going to add in our onions. To speed up the cooking process of your onions, you can also add in a little bit of the salt that you're going to add to the final amount of the dish. This is going to draw the moisture out of the onions, and it's going to help them brown a little bit faster. It's also really important to season at all levels of your cooking, so that way when at the final, your dish is going to be seasoned throughout and not just on top. Where you can see that some of these onions have started to pick up a little bit of brown to them, but they're all really soft and can easily be integrated into a curry. We're going to take our paste and we're going to put that in. And so what we're doing here is we're blooming the paste. We want to cook this until it becomes less sharp smelling, and it just becomes a lot more fragrant. So this only takes a couple minutes. I would say maybe 2 to 3 minutes just to really get this to the point that you need it to be. If you notice, my mixture is looking quite dry at the moment, but it's still sharp smelling, so it needs to cook down more. So what you can do is you can add a little bit of water. Be careful because you are adding water to oil, so it's going to want to splatter back on you. This will give the spices more time to cook down and to fully bloom without running the risk of it scorching. Again, we're going to give this just a couple minutes to cook down, and once it goes back to being a thick paste, it should be ready to go. It's been a couple minutes, our masala has bloomed, it's smelling really toasted and deep, and the sharpness is gone from the raw smell. I'm going to add these in, and you can see because it's the hoof of the animal, so there's tons of collagen and connective tissue in there, and that's what gives it its really great flavor. That's what makes it so delicious, is all that all those aspects of it breaking down and working into the curry. Once this is fully incorporated, we're going to cook this for at least an additional 20 minutes or until the trotters are completely fork tender. So once that's fully incorporated, I'm going to put a lid on it. I'm going to let that sit for 20 minutes or until the trotters are fork tender. Our pie has been cooking for about 20 minutes or so. We're going to do a test and we're going to see the seasoning, if we need to add any salt or anything to this. So we're going to taste it. Okay, seasoning level is good. Okay. So the last thing we're going to do is we're going to finish this with some sour lime juice. Give that a stir. And then we're going to garnish with fresh cilantro leaves. There we go. And that is done. And there you have it. This is my Uncle Ivor's Royal Paya recipe. It's a little labor intensive, but it is so worth it. It is delicious and it's a great meal to share with your friends and family. Just remember, if I can do it, Roger can do it. And if Roger can do it, anybody can do it.